A very warm welcome to you all, wherever you may be, to today's edition of Unlocked SK, the original interactive talk show, broadcasting to you live from our micro streaming studio here on the beautiful island of Corfu in sunny Greece. And not only are we broadcasting live on Facebook Live, but you can also check us out on our website, which is www.StudioKerkyra.com, or else the video platform that is Vimeo.com. And of course, good old YouTube, and now Twitter and Twitter's Periscope, all of which are in superb quality. And as always, I'm very lucky and fortunate to have assistance and help from our wonderful producer, Claire Haas, who will be answering all your comments on Facebook Live and taking those calls, from Skype. And of course, as always, no broadcast would be quite complete without the irredoubtable one and only Thomas Haas. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hello, Adrian, and hello, everybody. Nice to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And yes, we are here live today, and we announced that earlier already, and we are so happy. But thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks for writing in. It's great. I'm getting already so many messages in. Pierre Towers is saying hello. Hello from Bogna.
Hello,
so
Bogna.
Nice to see you. Dom Gettings. Hi, everybody. Hope all are well from a very cold and wet Appledore.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Tom, but we'll bring you some Corfu warmth.
Oh, yeah, here it is. And just talking, and here we are at Issos Beach, Issos Beach today. Yes, I know we always say that wrong.
We
I
get
no
it
idea.
wrong. Yes, we do indeed. But it's Issos Beach on the west coast of the island between St. George South and Halakuna. And it is absolutely a dream location.
Yeah, and here we say big hello to Lee Lemont. Hi from rainy Bradford. Richard Zebedee. Hi, Thomas and Claire and Adrian. How are you today? Are we great? We are a little bit sweaty because it's fantastic weather, and we were sweating, setting up, and we set up, and I show you that right here. Here we are live now at the moment, and that's how we set up today. We got our tent out, of course, because it got a little bit hot here. But hello to Melita, hello to Paul Pollock, hello to you all. Love this part of the day. Thank you. Margaret Johnston saying hi, guys and girls from cold, wet Kent. Oh, Andrew Wood, hello from Devon.
Hi, Andrew.
And Margaret Black is watching. Hi, Margaret.
Hi,
nice
Margaret.
to see you back. Pierre Towers is saying, love Issos. Very jealous right now.
Oh,
but yeah,
yes.
of course.
It's lovely to be here. We have been here before in a previous edition of Night Shift last year, but we're on a slightly different angle this year, and it is just so marvellous here.
Yeah,
Really is.
nowadays it's fantastic. I mean, just setting up is a sheer pleasure here.
It was,
I mean, it's
wasn't it?
great. We had half an hour before we've gone on air. We just relaxed now, had a cup of coffee, and looked at that scenery, and it's incredible. It's just so fantastic. But Julie Kem is saying hi, guys, from cold and wet Edinburgh. Derek Samuel is saying hi from Bonnie, Scotland, Aberdeen. Great.
Bonnie,
Hi,
Scotland.
Derek.
Brilliant.
Stein Frode Jansen, hi, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. It's so great, guys. It's fantastic. Anthony van der Krank, hi. Hello, Corfuholics. Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
It's great, guys. You are coming in, and there is so many. Oh, wow, guys. Thanks for writing in. Thanks for taking part. If there's anything you want to know about this beautiful island of Corfu, don't hesitate. Let us know here with a comment live on air, or send us an email to inbox at StudioKerkyra.com. And wow, we are so lucky, man.
We are indeed. In fact, since the last time we've arrived, you'll be very pleased to know they put up a sign giving you a little bit of local information, both in Greek and in English. And apparently, we are sitting within 2,320 hectares of beautiful protected landscape. The lake itself, Carician Lagoon, would you believe, is a staggering 427 hectares large. That's quite a big lake. And here amongst the bushes, you may be lucky to see something known as the Phoenician juniper, or otherwise known as wild cypress, which makes me laugh because I always think of Monty Python and that chappie's juniper bush. Well, we may have nicked it. We got plenty here, I can tell you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let me say hello to Lauren Smith. She said seagulls in the showers here in Portsmouth. Hope sunny in Corfu. Yes, no,
Very
it's
sunny.
great here. Steve Bowers, hi from a cloudy Manchester. Hope you're all well. Yes, we are great. Guys, thank you so much for writing in and for taking part in this show. I mean, Issos is a fantastic beach. It's connected with Halikunas Beach and the Lake Kirosjan, and the whole area is a protected area.
It is indeed. Lots of cedar trees and other bushes and all sorts of wildflowers adorn this beautiful area. It's also steeped in history, would you believe? Did you know, Thomas, some time ago they were archaeologically digging, as it were, and they actually found the jaw of a hippopotamus here. So that says something, doesn't it? That must have been 10,000 of years
but
ago.
I remember that this was a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they had a big dig here, and this was great. I mean, you could see extraordinary. You see this island is so full with history, and we are going through footsteps of people who have been here now 20,000 years ago, and that's fascinating. Oh yeah, definitely. But Issos Beach here, Margaret Black is saying, get Harry from Linear Cafe to bring you a coffee. It's not that far away. Yeah, she's right, is it?
Unfortunately, he was closed on our way down. Unfortunately, also there isn't a beach bar here, but what is open is the taverna just before you hit the car park, which is Amolofos. They are a cafe bar and taverna, and that's where we got our coffees from today.
Well, great coffee. I love my Freddo Cappuccino. I'm so happy it's summer because that's the time when the frappe and the Freddo Cappuccino comes back. And that reminds me of the frappe clip we shot in Issos Beach a couple of years ago about the history of frappe.
That's right.
I mean, it's interesting. It's fantastic.
It is, and that was discovered by accident at the big trade exhibition in Thessaloniki quite some time ago. Can't remember the dates there. Was it the 1950s or the 1960s? And it was discovered by accident when they had run out of electricity. They couldn't get any hot water, so they had to make do with cold water, and thus, as they say, voila, the frappe was born. Extraordinary, really. Can I just say, answer to Richard Zebedee from beautiful Bournemouth? He asked us a question yesterday. Had we yet visited the famous 007 Cafe? Well, sadly, Richard, no, not yet, but it's definitely on our list of things to do. Quite way up on our bucket list, actually, when it comes to Corfu. Another time on that one. But anyway, a very warm welcome, a kalispera to all our wonderful viewers. It's great to have you on board, and it's absolutely lovely to be out and about here on this magical island of Corfu. And it's been fantastic today, sunshine all the way, blue sky, blue seas, and a lovely 24 degrees.
Sorry, my mic was off. Go great. Sorry, we just had a little problem with the camera here. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in and sending us the messages. We're getting already a couple of messages. There's lots coming in. Simon Berry is saying, hello guys, and much love from Manchester. Hoping to make it over in September if all goes to plan. Corfu is epic, simple as that. No,
well
it is totally right.
Epic, brilliant word, just right for the occasion. Yes, it is. Look at that view.
It's unbelievable. Splendid? And when we get that, it's. I try to get Jay to ban quickly so you can see the whole thing.
Okay. The islands that you see are known as Lagudia Islands. There's a few of those dotted around the coastline here. Have to say it's not thronging with people on the beach, but there's a healthy group, all practicing social distancing, you'll be pleased to know. Sadly, the cafe bar on the beach is not yet open.
No, I know it's. I mean, here is it the sign of notice to the right.
Yes,
it's a little bit. There was it's a little. But there is normally where I see now. That's normally a fantastic beach bar, and it's not here. But when you look at that now, there is a lot of cars still here. The Greeks are here. They're enjoying their beach.
Oh, yes,
they are happy. It's great. But it is a fantastic weather to do that. And now normally the car park it's chock-a-block full.
It is standing room only often, but today we're very lucky in that respect. We haven't got any near neighbours. You may have seen that we've got our new awning up, as it were, which is quite a sturdy structure. Keeps the heat away, really, from the equipment and takes the sun out of our eyes.
Yeah, not totally. It's all broadcasting. It's getting hotter, and when we want to show more and more from this island, there I have to say thank you so much, guys, for the comments you done on our latest post regarding some places where we can go and show off this beautiful island, and you responded fantastically. We got a lot of notes, we got a lot of contacts now.
For choice now, aren't we, Thomas?
Yeah, but you know what, on this island you are, and anywhere you turn, it's great, it's fantastic, and that's the beauty, and that's what we want to show off, and how slowly the tourism is kicking in now. We can feel now slowly everything is getting busier.
It seems to be, yes. There's a wonderful shot there. This island
fantastic, isn't it?
is full of mountains and very large hills, and there's a good example.
Yeah, it is. And these the Santiums, they go on. Seems like they go on forever and
Absolutely.
ever. And that's the location Nikos Louvros spoke with us
a
about.
James Bond film for Your Eyes Only. Quite extensively shot. There's a couple of scenes, I think, quite a long scene at the beginning of the film where you will recognise these sand dunes. Apart from wind erosion during the intervening years, of course.
Yeah, and when Nikos Louvros is back here on Corfu, he's gonna tell us much more about James Bond and the film locations.
Looking
and
forward to that
looking
one, Thomas.
Yeah, definitely. But there you see, that island is full with interesting, beautiful, historic things, and that you can't take away. It's incredible, and we are really spoiled for choice. So making now the list where to go, where to hook up. It's
we'll have to have a lucky dip or something. Maybe put them in a hat and bring them out that way.
I saw your face today when we got the message in about the camping.
Oh,
in
well, yes, okay, yes, that would be an expedition. We'll have to go well prepared for that one. But yes, be absolutely fantastic to experience what it must be like to be camping on this island, especially in Paleokostrica. What a place, Thomas!
Oh, what a place! It's
and
incredible. I
our
love
friend Melita's one of her favourite places, isn't it? Good afternoon, Melita, if you're watching us. And yes, this is equally a lovely, beautiful area of the southwest coast of this wonderful island.
No, it is. Hey, guys, thanks for writing in. If there's anything you want to say, don't hesitate. Just write in now and let us know. So, Richard Zebedee, Love Corfu should be there now, but not so sad coming next summer. So, he's coming next summer. That's,
sad for Richard.
It's sad. We're looking forward to so many of you coming here and we
meeting
can
all
meet.
you wonderful
yes,
people.
And this whole thing. And now,
Absolutely.
when you look in to most of the, let's talk about the cancellations, what are happening, because I see that happening now on Facebook and other social media. Is a lot of people saying from the UK they're cancelling the holiday now. They have enough. This forward, backward, the uncertainty if we can go or not go.
You can't blame them, can you?
And then on top is with this quarantine. Well, what is the rules now on quarantine? Are they implemented? Are they not implemented? Yesterday we heard people coming from Washington DC and from Hong Kong. They have not been tested at all. They just were able to leave the aeroplane and straight into the United Kingdom. So it is a great confusion here, and that is hurting now the tourism, especially on the islands of Greece now. When it's the businesses who have to get ready.
Yes, quite. Well, they are trying to get ready. Many of them are, but it's still up in the air really with this international travel. 15th of June is a telling date, isn't it? To see how that pans out.
Yeah, and Steve Bowers is saying something. Was yesterday a rise in death in Greece or just a blip? I have no idea. We heard something. There were new cases here. There were deaths.
There haven't, according to the official sites, in the last 24 hours, there has been no increase in the figures that we read out yesterday, which I think is 3,049 total number of cases in Greece. There was that spike over a 24-hour period. You're quite right. They put that down to people coming back into Greece.
Yeah, that's
but the official
this
figures
is now what we
are still 3,049 cases, 182 deaths, sadly, and 1,464 recovered. That's a lot different to some of the other places around the globe, as you all know. Just in case you want to know, at the moment in the world there are over 7.2 million cases, with over 411,000 deaths, getting on for 412 actually, thousand, and 3.5 million recovered cases. That's the world for you.
Wow. Yeah, but there's a lot. We're speaking now. Everything is gonna open. It's gonna open. There's no question about it. We experienced that today. Especially, I was out a lot today. Get the canopy ready, get the other stuff ready, drive forward, backward. So I could notice it is more traffic on the road. But
yes,
there's also, what from the people here, the uncertainty now. Okay, flights arriving. They have to be checked. Definitely have to be checked. So the locals are worried that the checks are not being carried out in a proper way.
That does seem to be the case. We were reading out a story from a couple that had travelled from the United Kingdom and got to Corfu via Athens, via Sofia. They said, I think they were tested at Athens airport, but they were able to carry on their onward journey to Corfu. Lucky for them to come home. So there are ways and means, but this testing at airports seems to be patchy, doesn't it, Thomas?
No, totally. And when you see now, people are fed up. That's why we say, It's the cancellations we're experiencing at the moment, where sadly people say, okay, I have enough. It's too uncertain. I don't want to wait until the last minute. So I know if I can travel or not. And I fully understand that. On the other side, I'm sad for all the people here on the island who have tourist businesses getting ready now. But also in a split mind.
They are, as we keep reminding everybody, they're totally split down the middle, 50-50. They are unified in one way, and that is that they are waiting for guidance from the Greek government. That's what every one of them have said to us over the last couple of weeks. So, as I say, I think the 15th of June, Thomas, is a telling date. That's next Monday.
That's next Monday.
Yeah, that's when all those flights from all those countries that we've read out are due to commence, but we shall see. We should share one thing with our viewers, Thomas. This afternoon, while we were setting up, we noticed a jet plane coming into land.
Yes, and that was so weird to see after so many months.
You must
not
have thought,
seeing
what the
anything.
hell is it?
Yeah, and all of a sudden you see the first aeroplane coming in. I don't know what was that all about, because they shouldn't be here. On one side, and other people say no, they are coming from the mainland. That's internal now.
Exactly, that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. That they resumed, Aegean had resumed flying to the Greek islands, but we went about 10 days without hearing a single flight whatsoever. So maybe it was one of the first in. There certainly isn't much air traffic over the island at all in any capacity.
Yeah, now I know. But let me say hello quickly. Jane Petit is watching, and Elaine is watching. Is saying hi from Farnborough in Hampshire. Hi, Elaine. That's great. Farnborough, loving it.
I used to work there. Good heavens. I know Farnborough. Yes, welcome aboard. So it's a bit different, but Farnborough's a nice place. Centre of the air show every 2 years, Thomas, what it used to be.
Oh, yes, of course.
Great air show.
Great air show, greatly organised. It's fantastic, yeah.
Farnborough in Hampshire. There's 2 Farnboroughs. Oh, did you say Farnborough in Kent?
No, Hampshire. That's the right.
Yes, I remember being in a garage and some poor lorry driver was looking for a Farnborough in Kent. So he had an awful long journey ahead of him to go all the way back to the other side of the country. Yes, long way away.
No, definitely. Vivian from Donegal is watching. Hi, Vivian. Thanks for tuning in. She said, Adrian, did you bring your own flask full of coffee and some of Claire's baking? Lol.
Sadly, no baking, no. Probably got eaten up before it went out the house, I think, knowing Claire's cooking. Very good indeed it is, as is Thomas's. But no, Vivian, I didn't remember to bring a flask of coffee. Never mind, I got a cup of frappe, actually, Richard's favourite, from Amalofus Taverna just up the road, and I will raise a glass to you when I'm next in shot. Thank you.
Raise a glass to you, okay? Raise it.
Oh. There we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
One thing, Vivian, I didn't quite catch what you meant about Captain Homer. You mentioned about Captain Homer yesterday after Paul Dew was going on about a Captain Homer in Masongi. You asked me a question. I don't quite understand, Vivian, what you meant, so please don't hold back. Ask away.
Definitely, and thanks, guys, for writing in. Thanks for taking part. It's fantastic here, as you see, and thanks for all these messages. Paul Bollock is asking, are there the food and beer prices similar to last year? Yes, they are.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah. I even thought they a little bit cheaper because they lowered the VAT.
The VAT, thank you for reminding us.
What is that? From
24 down to 13%. This was one of those emergency temporary measures, which I think is a great relief for both the customers and indeed the business proprietors themselves, actually. So, yes,
it's,
how long that's going to last for, I don't know, but definitely I should think for the rest of 2020, this summer season, that's for sure.
Yeah, and here for the flights we got our question answered. One is Anita Reason Edwards is saying, Jets 2 are not flying until the 15th of July. Yes, we mentioned something about that. And now Annabelle is just writing in, Annabelle Lewis. Hi, Nikos and Annabelle.
Hello.
Guys, they are just writing in and saying what you saw could be probably cargo.
Yes,
flights too, and that's highly likely what's happening at the moment. But we're getting so excited, we can't wait for the tourists to come back, for the planes to land.
Jet plane engine, it's a rare sound these days, I have to say.
And here I got a comment in from George Brown saying, so meaningful. Thank you so much. So saying, it's one comment Claire sent me over. It's great. Okay.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. That's great. I'm trying to switch around and see so I'm not missing any of the messages. Pierre Towers is saying, Akis come to say hello, but you sent him away. Oh, I know there were a man just earlier here in a black car. And what stopped? Well, we were live. I couldn't turn around. I only had to say to him, sorry, we live. We talk later.
Right.
I'm definitely happy to talk to him.
I didn't see.
So
Yes,
I saw him, but we just got in live on air, and I couldn't stop. So it's but no. Let us know who he is, and we're gonna talk. Inank Liederman is saying hello from Stockholm. Hi.
Wow, Sweden. Hello.
Inkan.
Great.
I think I say that right. I'm so hoping I say these names right. I tell you that. But Stockholm, beautiful Stockholm.
I haven't had the pleasure yet. One place I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, and here is the thing, why we're talking now, cancellations are coming, yeah? So thanks guys for tuning in, thanks for saying hello, it's great, I'm getting so many messages in and they are relating now to exactly what we gonna talk. It's the cancellations of the flights, that's one thing, because people are getting really fed up now with not knowing can I go or not. It's not enough when I only find out a week or a few days before, you know, this is like last minute booking,
Crazy.
you know, and if you're not into the last minute thing, it is really, really hard for you to go on holiday. No, you want to prepare yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be thrown around in the air, up and down, not knowing if you can go on holiday or not, because a part of your holiday is looking forward to your holiday.
Absolutely.
And that's just taken away at the moment. So a lot of people say, no, I just draw a line now, I cancel and I rebook for the autumn or for next year. But Margaret Blake is asking, the locals on the island must be afraid and worried about infections being poured in from other countries.
Very true.
Everybody wants to get in with get on with life, but it's still scary. And I think she hit this on the head on the nail there. Everybody is desperate to carry on with life as normal, and we just, you know, it's just hard to get now. It's not gonna be the normal we know.
No, we can't say it's going to be the same, because I really don't think it is. This pandemic has not gone away. It's most definitely still ravaging large tracts of the world. Okay, the figures aren't so bad at the moment. In Greece, it's all looking good, but we wouldn't want to... somebody pointed out we can't have a second wave as we've never had the first wave to begin with. Well, that's a moot point, but yes, I take that point, generally speaking.
Yeah. We
don't want to put it to risk. I hope that there is going to be sufficient testing done at the airport, as indeed there was whilst we were under lockdown, would you believe. The one continuous flight that carried on throughout those dark days was the flight from Athens to Brussels airport, I think it was. And we read out a few stories from passengers on those flights, didn't we, Thomas? And it was very thorough with their testing for COVID-19 at Athens.
They were very thorough,
yeah,
definitely.
But what worried me was the comment from the Greek Prime Minister a couple of weeks ago when he said, oh, well, testing will be optional. I'm not too keen on the sound of optional. It should be more rigorous than that. But I think that must weigh on people's minds when they're deciding to take the plunge and take a risk and go to a foreign country during the COVID-19 pandemic, or to play safe and stay home for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
It must be playing on people's minds.
Yeah, but that's of course it is, and that's exactly when we spoke. Thank you, Margaret Black, for mentioning that. It is exactly what happened when we spoke now with taverna owners, with apartment owners. Yeah, down in Bukhari, I spoke with Nikos. No, that's another place we're gonna come live from. He's a jolly chap and beautiful taverna, and next to the sea.
Humour too. He has.
He got a great sense of humour, definitely.
Absolutely.
But you know, seeing him quite a little bit distressed.
Wow.
Worried me. No, he's a happy guy. He always smiles. No,
he's jolliness personified.
Exactly. But you can see the worry in his face, and he said, "I don't know when to open. Should I open on the 8th now? Should I open on the 15th?
A lot of saying that.
I don't know if I should open at all." Then you know, he feels sorry because he got the same staff every year. What should he tell the staff?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any jobs for you. Go and look somewhere else, where he knows exactly they won't find anything else anywhere that easy. You know, if it's possible at all with the situation we have. So they are concerned also for their family. Where I said, I'm working out there. Now we have the tourists coming in. I know exactly how my country works. He said that if you're going to tell me that they're going to test everybody who comes off this plane, or test how they say they're going to test. If there is a low impact in one country, they test 5 people from the flight. If there is a country with high impact, they're going to test everybody, you know. So, but he said he does not believe this gonna work, because this must cause a backlog
Absolutely.
on the airports itself, and they wanna get that fluid, they wanna get that running. This has to be all flowing. You know, we know that how it is, the flow. But it's. He said, you know, you don't know what to do, what decision to make, and then on top of it, speak yesterday with friends who own villas.
Right. Yeah.
Where they think now, they say, you know what, I let my villa closed all year. I probably will not bother to open up because nobody can give us the right information. And on top of that, all the fees, all the new regulations that come in place now, we have to pay for that.
Oh.
And that, what? So I want to look into that a little bit more, but there's license fees and all to pay. Plus on top they get cleaning, the hours of cleaning, a house or an apartment before the next guests arrive. No, this got extended from 2 hours to 4 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to deep clean that now. Now you need more time. You need certificates for this now, for that, and that all puts on top of the costs.
Yeah.
So for them. It's uncertain, and they say it's probably better when they don't open their villas at all.
How sad, though, isn't it?
It is. It's you know, and there the flight should start 1st of July. They say they start coming 15th of July, the next one. No, so 15th now we're gonna from June we're gonna see an increase in tourism. So they say, but this gonna be traveled by car probably, and from other countries by plane, and then from the United Kingdom 1st of July, 15th of July. Which date you should believe now? I have no idea.
I haven't read anywhere that's confirmation of flights resuming from the UK to here. I simply do not know any information about that one. We'll let you know as soon as we do.
Definitely, yeah.
I think next Monday is a telling date, though, as I keep saying, because so many countries are allowed to come to Athens and then on to the island of Corfu, if the flights are available, if indeed they do.
They do. Let me say hello quick to Stuart Maroon. Hi, Stuart. He writes in. We are still hoping for our flights in August. So to be back in our second home in Cassiope.
Good old Cassiope.
So it's in August. I think August could be a good bet.
Possible.
It's possible. I think that's more realistic than now in June, what they say.
Yes, definitely. I'll definitely agree with that one.
And here, Jay Nicholson had my Anke ferry voucher today. Also, pre-boarding health declaration questionnaire and a public health passenger crew locator form.
That sounds a bit onerous, doesn't it?
It's now the bureaucracy is cutting in there, isn't it?
Yes,
bureaucracy,
absolutely.
sorry, yeah.
And, of course, all these increased charges, it's perhaps a form of hidden taxation, extra taxation, isn't it? If you have to pay for certificates and whatnot. Kind of makes up for the reduction in VAT that we were banging on about a minute ago.
Exactly, a minute ago. And Venezuela...
What you gain on one hand, you're going to lose on the other.
On the other, but the best thing is they made some tests. I watched Earth TV, also the national TV station, and they done some reports, and they went into coffee shops now and look at their receipts when they ordered the coffee, and there's still 24% on it instead of 13.
Really?
So yes, of course, because it cost them to reset their till.
Okay.
Because the tills here you have to register and you have to get a technician now to reset that.
I see, right, okay.
So that can take, it's not as they try to rip you off, but that can take a little while until these technicians are come and reprogram your till. So it says 13. But, you know, this is not the sort, okay, from tomorrow that's 24, instead of 24, 13%. Let's cut it down in the morning, everybody from coffees and bars, and so cut that down. No, it's not going to happen. Never happened before. Why should it happen now? But they picked up on that. And a week later, it still happened. So, you know, I don't know. You can see that however you want. No, it's but it's happening.
Okay. Well, that's
so it's
good if it does.
But here Margaret Johnson is saying she heard from the Pantokrator Hotel in Barbati. And it's not opening this year.
Right.
And you know that hotel, yeah?
Not, to be honest with you, no.
Pantokrator Hotel. I don't know. I thought you know that more.
Barbati, yes, but
I
can't
it's a perfect example now. It's not opening.
Right. As many are not.
Exactly. So you know what? Now it's the question: what are the tour operators are doing about that now? How do they organize that? The whole logistics behind that, gonna see. There's so many things that are just not being thought through.
No.
That's the feeling I have. And that's what worries me a little bit, because what happens when there's really a big influx of holidaymakers on the island? How do we gonna cope with that now? With all the restrictions, everything in place, what we have to do. What I heard from hotel owners, what they have to follow on new restrictions to make that safe. Of distancing the sunbeds, distancing inside the restaurant. Then, all the self-serving food thing, that's gonna disappear, has to be served.
Yes, buffet breakfasts are a thing of the past, that's for sure.
Exactly.
And there was rules coming in about swimming pools as well, wasn't there? That you can only have so many people at any one time.
At the same time. So you need somebody who watches that.
Yep, that's another employee to pay out for if you're an employer. Good for the employee to get a job. But yes, it's uncertain times for holidaymakers. That's absolutely for certain. And, of course, business owners here on this island.
Yeah, and that is, I get a lot of messages in. Guys, thank you so much for messaging. Well, I think we hit here a soft spot, and that's to do with the island. How do the businesses react? How do all the friends, and for some it's not just friends, they are part of your family when you come here 2-3 times a year or have your second home here.
Absolutely,
so there's Greek families you visit constantly, so you part of the family there, so you're feeling very, very strongly about that. You try to support, that's why you come back. Of course, the island is beautiful. That's the first reason, coming here 2-3 times a year. I don't blame anybody, because my God, that's really paradise. But seeing now your friends or adopted family, suffering.
Yes,
that's heavy.
Yes, it is.
Even here, Margaret saying, my heart is breaking for the Corfu Island residents. Hopefully, their strong culture will see them through the winter. No, they are strong, proud people who will pull together. I will be thinking of them all until things are safe. That's great. Well said, Margaret. That's fantastic.
Absolutely, Margaret. Yes, thank you. We keep saying often on StudioKerkyra that the Corfians are a real stoic race. They've been through so much. All the pain of the Greek financial crisis. They were just getting back on their feet. Last year's tourist season was just turning the corner for them, and they were all looking forward to this year to put them back in the black, as it were. Unfortunately, that's not happening at the moment. It's been completely decimated, holidays and tourism across the globe with this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, and that's, there's questions coming in. Thanks, guys, for writing in. Pierre is asking here now, and that relates totally to the hotels. What happens to tourists who arrive via a tour operator who hasn't checked, only to find their accommodation is closed?
Good question. I would say there are enough accommodation in total here, and I'm sure many of them have got the appropriate certificates and levels of staff in. So I don't think you'd be destitute, as it were, but that would be down to the responsibility of the tour operator. Of course, this year, as opposed to last year, there's one big one less, isn't there? No more Thomas Cook.
No more Thomas Cook. One big one less. Yeah, so that's hit last year already, because I know from stories where people say they still haven't got paid what they should have got paid last year from Thomas Cook. So it's a little bit of a problem. But then on top, this year hits with COVID-19. So it's like a double whammy for some.
Absolutely.
No, last year you had Thomas Cook on there, and I think Teresa Dabana was working for them, was happy, and then she just got made redundant, and and that had a knock-on effect.
Absolutely, yes.
So, and now we have the next knock-on effect from the COVID, where we're sitting in a position, businesses, seasonal businesses are trying to open, but are unsure if they should or not.
Indeed.
So, and then we have tourism, and it's all gonna be a last-second thing, I think.
Yes, they seem to think that. The airlines seem to be thinking last-minute bookings are going to be the way forward. Thomas Cook actually went down just at the start of the last year's Corfu Literary Festival, didn't it, Thomas? Because I seem to remember one of the speakers was booked to come on Thomas Cook, and unfortunately he couldn't make it at the last minute. That was sad.
I know, and it's this one. No, he didn't come, but this one. Peter Frankopan nearly missed it, but he arrived, I think, hours before he was giving his reading. His lecture there. It's just hours. So, and that was Thomas Cook too. So he had to rebook. He was one of the lucky ones who were able to grab a last-minute flight, but he arrived here on Corfu 5 hours before the event.
Here's a question for you, Thomas. I wonder, because Thomas Cook, German part of the company, got a bailout from the German government, and Guten Abend to all our German-speaking friends. I wonder whether the German tourists going with Thomas Cook and those then sadly weren't able to carry on because the company collapsed. I wonder if they were compensated. Unfortunately, UK travellers were not compensated as far as I know, so it was all a bit iffy, the Thomas Cook debacle. Such a shame, because they'd been flying for a long time, and what they say that Thomas Cook was the original tour company, one of the very first to be established, at least, off the top of my head, at least 200 years going. And it's so sad that such an iconic name in the travel industry just collapsed like that. But there we go. Others come along to replace the gap, as they say. Jet2 is a relatively new company on the scene. Let's hope they can commence their service on the 15th of June. Was it June or July?
No, Jet2 is 15th of July now, all of a sudden.
Right, July,
But they were the ones who said, 15th of June,
Yes,
and we
they
were
were
4 weeks ago,
bragging,
5 weeks
yes,
ago, we
yeah,
said,
yeah.
really? They're gonna let that statement out, 15th of June, we picking up our flights. Then became 1st of July, a few weeks later.
We didn't really buy it, did
No,
we, Thomas?
no, we didn't. And then a few weeks later, and yesterday we saw it, it's 15th of July. So I think they were a little bit naughty. They were jumping the gun there and try to get bookings in through the door. And that's,
Maybe,
that's another thing what people wrote into me. Didn't want to be mentioned by name, but they want to say, hey, we booked here, we paid our deposits,
Right.
and now we're struggling to get our deposits back.
Ooh, is that a deposit from the accommodation side
Yeah.
of things? Oh, right.
But
okay.
also airlines.
Yes.
So
we've
they
heard-
say for the airlines, you just
we
get
know that,
pushed
but-
out with time. This is like here, Avrio. No, but
yeah.
is the thing. But here, there's it hurts them a little bit because they know how the situation is. They don't blame anybody. If they need a little bit longer with paying the deposit back, so be it. If they can give us another opportunity to book another date or something, it's also okay. But not to respond at all.
It's
It's
not good.
another
it's,
thing what
it's a
I think
PR
gonna hit
disaster.
exactly. That's gonna hit the island badly
Yeah.
because there's people in there who booked first time to come and visit this beautiful island and then getting treated like that. So there is something must happen there. Well, I understand it's not easy for accommodation owners either. I know that, but
No.
you have to keep to your word there because you're killing your future tourism.
Absolutely.
That's one. So, but that's the emails I got in. A couple of emails where people say, "Can you ask you guys here? Maybe you know one or the other person. Can you talk to them?" And I was sending a couple of emails out for them now from us to
Okay.
ask, inquire, and say, "Okay, what's going on? Can you pay back, or have you got a problem? And if you got a problem, then just be honest enough, communicate with these people, and arrange something. It makes the people gonna sleep better and you gonna sleep better. Just communicate, and that's the key now. In all the situations here, what has to do with
Absolutely.
tourism, we have to communicate more. If it's comfortable or not, it doesn't matter. You have to communicate, even if you have to call your customer and say, guys, we have a problem here. We cannot open, but I'm struggling of paying back your deposit. Can we arrange something? If you come out with the truth, I'm for sure those people are gonna respond and say, okay, let's find a solution for that, but in a normal manner.
Absolutely. Well, they say, and it's quite true, I believe, honesty is always the best policy.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially when it comes to tourism. So it's a double-edged sword again.
It is indeed,
It's the
yeah.
COVID what hits you, you don't know what to do, and now people have to cancel the holiday expecting their deposit back and start struggling with that one. So you got two things now going on. What
Yes.
could be dangerous?
A bit of a minefield, isn't it?
Yeah, but I said to the people, I said, we're going to look into that and we're going to tell you a little bit about that more later on. If you're booked with the travel agent, you shouldn't have a problem at all. And most of the villa owners here are insured, definitely. So they're going to work something out, but just give them a little bit of time and don't be hasty with cancelling your holiday. Hang in there. If you don't mind of hanging in there, just hang in there a little bit longer.
Absolutely. Patience is a virtue, as they say, and hopefully you will be rewarded in a positive fashion. Mind you, it's not just Greece that can't always get it right. The United Kingdom, Thomas, we said loud and clear, didn't we, on Unlocked SK the other day, that the good old British pub, or the public house, was going to be opening up soon, outside terraces only. Unfortunately, that's now been delayed, and they're now not going to be opening until the 4th of July at the earliest in the United Kingdom. That's pubs, bars, restaurants, and hairdressers, would you believe? Not that you need a hairdresser, Thomas, because your hair looks pretty damn fine today. Mine.
Do you think? No. I need a little bit of a cut, man.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I need a little small trim, I dare say.
But here, yeah. Sorry, guys. Whoa. See, this is the heat. It's not enough mythos in the air. But
yeah, good one. You could say that.
But we got a lot of messages in again. Thanks, Rolf Werner Schulzendorf was here earlier visiting us at the bars, and he said, take a chance for a swim after the show, guys. The sea has 25 degrees and the beach is almost empty.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
25 degrees water. That sounds great, doesn't it? Wow.
Oh, it's fantastic. But, okay, you got some more news.
Let's from the United Kingdom. Yes, this is, well, as it says at the moment, but as you know, things are liable to change at a moment's notice. But would you believe, Thomas, on the 15th of June, that's next Monday again. See, such a D-Day Monday is coming next Monday. Zoos, safari parks are due to open. And drive-in cinemas. I don't know whether
drive-in
cinemas in the United Kingdom, but there you go. But also, the most important thing is all non-essential shops are due to open on the 15th. Providing that is, of course, 5 tests are passed. In case you're wondering what these tests are, number 1 is the NHS can cope. Number 2, there's a sustained and consistent fall in the daily death rate. Number 3, the rate of infection decreased to a manageable level. Number 4, there are enough tests, chemicals and kits and PPE that can meet the demand. That's an important one. And finally, that they can be confident of not risking a second wave and thus overwhelming the NHS. However, Thomas, here's the sting in the tail. All retailers must complete a coronavirus risk assessment. More paperwork, more bureaucracy. This is for all non-essential shops due to open next week. If they weren't, enforcement notices would be issued and the shops would be not allowed to open.
At all then, yeah.
Non-essential shops include things like clothes, books, electronics, record shops, indoor markets, toy shops, photography studios, tailors and auction houses. Ideally, though, they only want one customer in at a time. I don't quite know how they're going to police that one. And here's another one. Shopping centres, it becomes their responsibility to control the queues of people outside. And local councils are suddenly going to have to become responsible for providing extra parking and bike racks, would you believe, all to avoid public transport. And here's a couple of things that caught my eye. Shoe shops. If you try on a pair of shoes, the shop cannot sell that pair of shoes to anybody else after 24 hours. And if you're a bookshop and someone touches a book, you have to quarantine that book for the next 72 hours. Would you believe? Yes, extraordinary, isn't it? So shoes and books are going to be quarantined just by being touched, would you believe? We've put this into context. The British Retail Consortium are very worried about the effects of lockdown and the cost to business, and they are estimating that the lockdown period has cost British retail businesses a staggering £1.8 billion per week in lost sales. That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to give you some names, Debenhams are going to be opening up 50 stores. 3 are opening this Friday. Northern Ireland is ahead of the curve there. They're opening up on Friday. Next is going to open 25, but that's only 25 out of a staggering number of 500. John Lewis is going to have just 13 open. And here's the funny one, Primark. All of their 190 shops are going to remain closed, simply because the business people at Primark say that they're only going to open if they are convinced that it is safe and right to open. How about that? They're being extra cautious.
Yeah, and they have to be, and that's why I'm saying, with what I said earlier when I spoke with friends who own villas and hotels here on the island, and they say, what we have to implement just to open and all the procedures and the regulations we have to stick with, it's gonna make it so complicated and stressful of running the business. And then you have to get the people in there. You can't just be occupied for 20% because you're losing money.
I don't know how it's going to work with one person in a department store, for instance. That's crazy. Obviously, safety measures that we're already aware of are going to be in place, such as perspex screens around the tills and floor markings on all the floors showing the 2-meter mark.
Yeah.
On that subject,
Man,
Thomas,
that's new. I saw this today in Lidl's and everywhere too. They have these stickers on the floor, so that's right. Yeah, that's perfect.
Right. That is good. We mentioned yesterday in relation to pubs, I think it was, the 2-meter rule, and Mr. Alok Sharma, the business secretary, was saying that he was minded to bring it down to just 1 meter. He said, quote, "We keep these matters under review." Many of our viewers wrote in with a degree of consternation. They were very worried that 1 meter is simply not enough protection. World Health Organization says that by increasing from 1 meter to 2 meters, you get 100% better success rate in not catching COVID-19. One of the reasons, though, Thomas, for the push for 1 meter has come from pub companies and the UK hospitality industry, who are saying that it makes an enormous difference. 2 meters separation between customers will only yield them 30%, would you believe, of their normal revenue, whereas with 1 meter, suddenly they get between 60 and 70% of their normal revenue.
Wow.
So that's the pressure on the business secretary to reduce the 2 meters down to 1. It's simply that one. It's economics. And we're back to that story again.
Back to that thing.
Life or money?
Or money.
You
that's
can't have
exactly.
both, it seems to me, at this moment, with regarding COVID-19, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's a little bit weird, isn't it?
It is, I think.
It is. I mean, health should be always your first concern.
2
over
meters
everything.
has been the standard across the globe, really. Okay, other countries have played around with it, but it's been a consistent thing from the World Health Organization, and they are absolutely crystal clear in saying that the 2-meter separation rule, as well as lockdown, have prevented absolute millions of cases that would have occurred but luckily haven't. I mean, obviously 7.5 million world cases is far too much, but what they're saying is without lockdown, without 2-meter social distancing, the figures would have been sky high.
Sky high, yeah. Definitely, that's why I'm worrying now, and so many of the coffee yachts are worrying. What is when we start letting the tourists in, and nobody keeps to the social distancing? They preparing here. The sunbeds are 2 meters apart. They put really all the precautions in place. Okay, there's always some businesses who don't care and just carry on as normal and think nothing gonna happen. But look at Mykonos now, the bar owner who opened up a week ago, and they had a full-blown party there. His nightclub, his beach bar was full. They shut it down. The police came, they shut it down. He got fined 20,000 euros. Plus, his business is closed now for the next 60 days.
Good heavens.
So the judges are very, very harsh. So it's cost him 20,000 euros on fine, plus he has to keep his business now closed for July and August.
Nightmare for him.
So, but it is, what is ridiculous. He got a few hundred people in there. It looked like nothing happened, like last year.
Right, yeah.
And only because I'm Mykonos, and we are here, we trendy, and we are so beautiful, and we can do everything. Oh, we don't care. He just opened up, and that was his. But the interviewers, or these interviews, were very, very arrogant. I think now he changed his tune because now he got the fine and the closure of his club. And I say bravo to the government. It's exactly how they should respond. There's so many people who keep to the rules, putting their hand, the money where their mouth is, and put these regulations in place. This cost him money too.
Yeah, totally, yes.
Every sunbed he has to take away cost him for the season. So, they're making enough sacrifice, and they do exactly how the regulations say. And then you have people around who just don't care. And that's the worrying part, because it only takes something like that to start a pandemic here on the island.
Absolutely, and that is what a lot of people are seriously worried about.
Yes, and let's go on, because I got a couple of things in here. Tom Giddings is saying regarding Thomas Cook, Hayes Travel, who took over the Thomas Cook travel agents here in the UK. They're selling flights and holidays to Corfu at unbelievable cheap prices.
That's an interesting point. They took on 500 of the shops, I think it was. They didn't take the whole business, but a large portion of it. Funny you should say that, though. Thank you for writing in, telling us that. I read somewhere a few weeks ago that actually Hayes Travel were under financial pressure, struggling. So that's interesting what you say. I'm glad that they are still in business. That's good.
It's good. Here. I got the other one in from Nico Lubros, because we were talking about what the question earlier. What is when the holidaymaker arrives and the hotel is closed? And Nikos is writing in, that's not possible, as the tour operator is in continuous contact with the hotels. If one hotel is closed at last minute,
they'd find someone else.
There was booked long time ago. The tourists will be transferred to another hotel of higher standard, or at least of the same. And there I have to say that's true, totally true.
I'm sure
so that's a great one. Thank you, Nikos, for getting in. For your number, Margaret Black is writing in and saying it's 41,128 new fatalities to date. In England, 41,000.
Oh, yes. Hang on.
And
that's
here
probably risen since we've
been on this thing. Exactly. Here, Stuart Marion is writing, a lot of food shops due to this 2-meter rule to get into them, and then when you get in, it's like a free for all people don't respect the 2-meter distance. And you are completely right. We saw that here too.
We have
they have the stickers on the floor. They have the thing. They make sure it's only slow people going in. You have the security staying in there.
Yeah.
So, and they make sure, and you think, oh, it's so well organized, and then you in there, and people just behaving normal, leaning over you to reach something, don't think, and nobody does anything. So yes, I understand totally.
Did you just read out a figure of 41,000 for the UK?
41,128.
Right. Well, that means it's gone up 220 since yesterday. That's interesting.
It's gone up.
Yes, because the latest figure I had before it came out was 40883. So, bad one.
Yeah, and there's another. Yeah, no, it's definitely bad one when it's going up. And that's what we see. Nobody knows at the moment what's gonna happen, how does it gonna turn. But let's hang in there. Don't be impatient and cancel your holiday. Really, really hang in there. At the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it coming here to Corfu. As soon as you're on this island, as soon as you step your foot on the island, all this stress is gone. I promise you.
That's for sure. Once here, you won't want to leave.
Yeah, so
look at us. We're still here.
Of course, nobody gonna make us leave, hopefully. But
no, touching
wood, man.
I don't want to go anywhere. I love the place.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks, guys, for all these comments in there. That's great. Stephen Raymond is writing. Is writing. Hi, guys. I work for next week. We have to keep that 2-meter apart rule. I think it's a good thing. It makes you feel safe.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. No, definitely.
It's a psychological impact as well. I absolutely agree with you there, all round, and it seems to have kept many people safe up to this point. It seems reckless to bring it down by such a large amount, isn't it? Why couldn't it have gone 1.5? It had to go anywhere at all. I think 2 meters seems to be sensible with the COVID-19.
Yeah. Definitely. Here, Andrew Wood is asking a question. Hello, are estate agents open in Corfu yet?
Good question. I
know, yes, they are.
Some are. I don't think everyone is. I've certainly seen some that are closed, but yes, some are definitely open.
All who have a website here in Corfu for estate agents, they all open. All these numbers work, because I know that while I done, looking for the new house, and we went through the things, and no, they definitely open. They work. But if you can have viewings now, I think they just open up now with viewings again.
Okay,
what they did not do last week. So I think this week, this week it started. Monday this week is starting with the viewings. I know because I heard it from someone. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
Definitely. So Margaret Jones is saying they started on Monday. Exactly. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, exactly. This Monday, exactly. Well, somebody said to me he had to wait now all the lockdown before he was able to have a viewing. And on Tuesday he had finally the viewing of his house, and he was very happy. So yes, Andrew, they are open and they started with viewings again. And there is some fantastic bargains to have here. Definitely. I looked through. If you want to look for buy on Corfu, there is some very good priced properties on there. I was astounded, to be honest.
Yes, we hear from quite a lot of our viewers that actually are thinking of living on this island. We mentioned 2 yesterday, so maybe Andrew there is a possible third.
Yeah, and that would be great. Let me say hello to Jerry O.D. quickly. Hi from Donegal. He says, just came home. Hi
Jerry.
Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. We don't know that other person beginning with G that's not Jerry. No, we know you, Jerry.
Jerry, this is great from Donegal. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, it's we're getting excited. We saw today more traffic is happening. There's more people are on the road. The businesses open up. We saw the first taverna with people sitting in there. What is a fantastic sight. So, and the coffee shops are getting full, keeping social distancing in mind.
Absolutely.
And I think this week they start with the beach bars in a couple of ends.
Great.
Already we're gonna check that out. But from next week on, they are for sure gonna start. Why there is already the first holiday makers arriving per car, per ferry. And I had some emails in where people said they're gonna arrive on the 20th, 21st of June per car already with ferries. So that's great. And yeah, we only gonna see wait and see. That's all we can do and report what's going on.
Absolutely. Do you want to know something nice that's a subject close to your heart, Thomas? Formula One racing.
Oh, yes. What's happening there?
Know they've made some final arrangements right up to halfway through. The first race, apparently, is going to be in Austria at the Red Bull Ring on the 5th of July. And then they're going to have another one on the 12th of July. Then it moves to Hungary on the 19th of July at the Hungaro Ring. And the UK, Silverstone, on the 2nd of August, which is the British GP, would you believe? And on the 9th of August, they're hosting something called the 70th Anniversary Grand Prix. That should be good.
Ooh.
And then Spain is on the list, hopefully, for the 16th of August, Belgium for the 30th of August, and Italy on the 6th of September. There's no finalised plans for the remainder of the season, however, and they still need to have 15 to 18 to make it a World Series. Maybe 6th of December is going to be Bahrain, and maybe the last race on the 13th of December in Abu Dhabi. As yet, China, Japan, Vietnam are possible also in October because they have low infection rates, apparently. But the Grand Prix in Russia, Azerbaijan, the United States, Mexico and Brazil remain very uncertain at the moment. But at least there should be some Formula One racing.
Yeah, looking forward to the first race
Yes,
in Austria and the new Red Bull Ring. Normally it's the A1 Ring. That's the circuit we saw over the last few years, F1 happening. But now they have the new Red Bull circuit, and I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Is that at the place called? Forgive my mispronunciation.
Yeah. Go for it.
Steiermark.
It's my county. Styria.
Okay, well, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's where they're going to
Steiermark.
be.
Styria.
They're definitely going to be
yeah.
on the 12th of July. That's where they're going to be.
Yeah, and that's just from where I'm born. That's a 20-minute car drive for me.
Grief. No wonder you like Formula One then.
Oh, got some. You know what? I've been born in the city where Jochen Rindt was born, one of the first. I remember Old Saints Day in November. Now, with tradition, you go to the cemeteries, and my father gone with me every year to my family, of course. And after my family, I went to the grave of Jochen Rindt. No?
Did you really?
Yes, to light the candle, and that's why Formula One history for me started there, and is carried on since then. And I'm crazy about Formula One, of course.
You are, yes, and so are some of our viewers. There's a lovely lady called Jane somewhere. Can't remember where she comes from, the United Kingdom. She's very keen on her Formula One. Thomas, do you happen to know what the first spectator sport was after lockdown in the United Kingdom? There's no prize for guessing the answer to this, by the way. No. Snooker. Good guess.
No.
Darts.
No.
Oh,
come on.
It's not. Do you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. I actually don't know whether it happened, but maybe our eagle-eyed...
Horseshoe throwing.
No, but maybe our eagle-eyed viewers, there's a clue there somewhere, might be able to give me the answer, because the first spectator sport in the United Kingdom after lockdown was pigeon racing.
Pigeon racing.
Yes, all the way from Leicester, which is the middle of the country, to Barnsley in South Yorkshire. Yes, 4,000 pigeons were due to race, the 70 miles that it takes, and you did need a pair of binoculars to watch, and apparently it could be seen from the M1 motorway. Hope they weren't watching whilst they were driving. However, I don't know whether the race actually happened, and I certainly don't know who won the race. Maybe one of our viewers might be able to get back to me on that one. Pigeon racing,
okay,
yes, the first one. Well, you never know. You heard it here on SK Unlocked. There
that's classed as sport.
Apparently so, yes.
That's brilliant, man.
Raise an eyebrow.
Then I can say I'm working out every day for an hour.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, I'm watching Eurosport.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think you've said that one before.
No.
I got caught with that one. Good one.
It's hey, so qualifies as workout. But hey, never know. But that's great, guys. Thank you so much for taking part. It's brilliant. Here, Margaret is saying, great show, guys. Lots of information. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Jane Petit is saying, I will hopefully watch the Spanish Grand Prix in Illusion Spa in Cassiope.
Excellent, Jane. We hope you can too. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Margaret Johnson is saying, Brands Hatch is 20 minutes from me. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's a name from the past. Brands Hatch. That was a great Grand Prix. I can't remember. There is structural reasons why they can't use that again, I do believe. Mind you, there was a long-running saga between Silverstone and the British Racing Drivers Group who own it and F1 administration. But they seem to have sorted that out, so at least Silverstone might be hosting 2 this year. That would be good.
Wow. And here, great. Thank you so much, Tom Giddings, for this information. That's great. Well, he's just writing in, he saw that too. And there were 4,400 birds racing for 90 miles.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much for the corrections, Tom. I love it. Brilliant. Excellent. Good old Appledore. Sorry that it's wet and miserable. But you know what, Tom? I know you're not on Corfu, but Appledore, if you're going to be anywhere, it's a great place to be. What a seaside village or small town Appledore is. North Devon coast, for those that don't know.
Great, and he said took them 2 hours. Wow, 90
Really?
miles,
2
2 hours, 4,400 pigeons.
That's a lot of pigeons. That's more than they expected, and it's 90 miles. That's quite a distance, wasn't it?
Well, 90 miles is quite a distance for 2 hours. That's not bad.
I wonder if they had many spectators watching. What do you reckon?
Hey, yeah, I want to know how you can. Well, maybe that's something a test. What we can do, maybe a little wireless camera, one of the birds, and you can commentate the pigeon race, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That would be fussing. But you know exactly what I'm gonna say now
I do,
again, and
but
it makes me so sad. Every time I have to say that, guys, and I really don't want to say that. Thank you so much for writing, and thank you so much for all your comments, guys. Is there anything I forgot to say? Please accept my apology. I will throw this in tomorrow's show. I'm gonna look through the emails too in a second again. I got here a little bit of a problem. I couldn't read them. But guys, anything I forgot, I gonna pass on tomorrow. But that's all we have time for today. Or is there one thing you wanted to do?
Well,
because you're looking at me. Come on.
I am, because there is always a final story.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I could have chosen the one from Sweden, because I keep promising you, but no, you've just reminded me of another one. It's about a flight, because we all want to get in an airplane and fly off to exotic locations like Corfu. But would you believe, Thomas, they had tracked a cuckoo. And they found that they actually tracked 5 cuckoos, and they found one that had flown over 7,500 miles, that's 12,000 kilometres, flying from its winter home in Africa in Zambia, leaving on the 20th of March, and it flew over Kenya, Oman, India, Bangladesh and China, and finally arriving in Mongolia, which was its breeding ground. It survived high winds and ocean crossing and was flying at 60 kilometres an hour, would you believe?
Whoa.
And this happens to be one of the longest ever recorded migrations of birds. It was tagged and used satellite technology, and it was a partnership between the local Mongolian scientists and the British Trust for Ornithology. 5 cuckoos were originally tagged. 3 sadly disappeared off the radar early on. The 4th flew an amazing 10,000 kilometres in just 2 weeks, but scientists believe it either died of exhaustion or was shot and killed and probably eaten somewhere in northeast China. Yunnan, I think it was. His name was Bayan. The cuckoo that survived was called Onon, which in Mongolia is the name of a river, would you believe? They think that the other cuckoo that didn't quite make it went a bit too north. I think his sat-nav needed a little bit more adjusting, and he flew a lot of unnecessary miles. Confused. Good one. He got confused and went north, too far north over Saudi Arabia, when he should have gone a little bit more south and direct east. But there you go. Isn't it extraordinary? 7,500 kilometres.
Kilometre is not great.
Miles, that is. No, sorry, 12,000 kilometres.
12,000.
For a cuckoo.
When I got 2 things. Steve McCabe is asking how big was the clock that the cuckoo came from.
Oh, good question. I hadn't thought of that one. I don't know.
He also says a pigeon clocks 45 miles per hour.
Oh,
wow,
the cuckoo
man.
was faster then at 60. Oh, no, what?
Ooh,
No.
no.
45 miles an hour is faster than 60 kilometres.
Yeah, it is, man.
Good Lord, that's a fast pigeon, isn't it? No wonder they raced them.
Yeah,
That's almost Formula One standard of the bird world, isn't it? Brilliant.
That's great. But there's so many good comments coming in. Guys, thank you so much.
As you
great.
can see, we like our birds here at StudioKerkyra.
Yes, we do.
The flying variety, of course.
And here I got from Birgit Gensbacher a question. How is the situation in Corfu? Any coronavirus cases and how is the economy? I mean, we have 0 cases. We can say
according
that
to the official records, there
we
are
got
0,
nothing.
as far as we know.
Yeah,
there are
economy, yes.
spluttering a lot.
Spluttering a lot at the moment. Is
Best
not
we could say.
the best, but hopefully they're going to recover. They're going to open up now on the 15th of June with the first tourists, and the first flights from Europe are coming in by the 1st of July, and then United Kingdom 15th of July, hopefully, and so on and so on. But yes, if the season can start now, Birgit, then Corfu gonna make it. Definitely. So they have a good chance to get it all in for this season. But guys, it's so great for you to take part. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow a little bit more. But guys, thank you so much for taking part. Thank you so much for watching the show live. You see the wind is picking up. We're in fantastic Issos Beach here. But it's all we have time for today. Another hour is over, and it's going so quick.
It just flies by.
It flies. It's great. It's just, I'm loving it. It's fantastic here.
Oh,
but
we do
guys,
indeed, yes.
That's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed that. If there's anything I missed, I really, really apologize for that. But if there's anything you want to know, send us an email to inbox@studiokerkyra.com or comment on one of our posts here or live. But that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. And I hope I see you tomorrow again, 6 p.m. Greek time, here on the beautiful holiday island of Corfu. Until then, have a fantastic evening. Enjoy your evening. And the Kalenichta from me.
Yes, absolutely. As always, thank you very much for sharing your time with us here on Unlocked SK. It's always a pleasure to have you aboard. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And as always, a very good afternoon to you all.